So you have any question? Yes, Hitesh?
Jai Gurudev Guruji. So Krishna sees that Arjuna is worthy to see his cosmic form in chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita. So does that mean that Arjuna has gone beyond the goal of all the yogas, including Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga? And has he reached this state of position through a combination of his effort and Krishna's grace? Or is this purely Krishna's grace?
Beautiful question, actually. In chapter 11 itself, at the beginning, he said, to see my cosmic form, you can't see it with this physical eyes. I give you divine vision so you can perceive who I am. No? It's so beautiful because it is Krishna which said, but I am giving you this vision. Because you, with your physical eyes, with your physical understanding, with your physical mind set, it's impossible to comprehend, to understand me. So here, it's very clearly, where Bhagavan himself said, it is through grace. Of course, Arjuna is not a normal person. You see, to stand in front of the Supreme Lord himself and to engage with him, it can't be, but he was just a simple person. All the yoga that you have mentioned, he had done it already in many lives. Each time Krishna come, each incarnation, he was always with him. They are the dear friend. Do you think when you are incarnated into this world, you are alone? No, Bhagavan is always with you. It's just that because you attach your mind to the forgetfulness of this world itself, that you have made this reality your domain and your perception of things, but you have forgotten. Through the grace of trying to understand, yes, you have talked to me, but you are all these. I want to perceive that. No? I want to really understand that. Perceiving doesn't mean only to see. When Krishna said, yes, I want to, Arjuna said, yes, I want to see, but only if you see that I am capable of handling that. So Bhagavan will never give you something that you can't handle. He will give you things that you can handle always. Life will always bring you to a certain point, but you can handle. But the point is that very often, people is always into their own pity, their own drama, their own limitation, but they can't tune into that strength which is inside of them. So here, Arjuna also is standing in the same position. That, yes, I am weak, but with you by my side, I do recognize that, yes, I have that strength. You understand? So it's not through the yoga, it's not through how much you can do, because you can have people which is chanting whole life, don't have any vision. You can do people who have practiced yoga throughout their life, but yet they don't feel anything. But yet here, Bhagavan is saying, I am giving you this. You deserve that grace. It is through that I'm giving that to you. If you don't deserve that grace, I will not give that to you. You are worthy of receiving that. But with you or without you, my plan will carry on. You think that you are into your own plan. You can do as much as you want, but you are all playing my plan. Chapter 11, verse 32 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, I am the Almighty destroying time. I have come to destroy this world. With you or without you, they are all dead. Beautiful. It sounds scary. But this is how Bhagwan really show his mightiness, you know. But everything with time transform and change. Because people like to hold upon time, you know. But when we look how this world have evolved itself, from where it was, where it is now, it have evolved. From many ashes of many yesterday, many today have arisen from that ashes of yesterday. No? So that kind, you see, when we talk about Bhagavan said, yes, I have come, you know, either destroying time. Time transform everything. Time change everything. Whether you want it or not, that transformation will happen. And this is what Bhagavan reminds us. You see, very often we think of our own petty self, but we are very important. You know, in this world, we are very great. There's no better people than us. But no, even that, how many great people was before you? They're all gone. They become history. If they were so great, even history, many it will be only for a certain limitation only. Like that, you see, Bhagavan is reminding that, yes, I am governing everything. Your duty is to come to me. I am there. Your duty is to purify yourself, to transform yourself. Once I see that urge that you really want to transform yourself, you really want to really adapt and transform and change, I will give. It's not that I am not giving. I am constantly giving. There's not a single moment that I don't give. The air, the light, the water, all I give. But who will perceive that? Those minds which is so ungrateful, they will never perceive that. They will think that they are doing everything. When would they very often realize that? Only when death is knocking at their door. This is where Bhagavan said, yes, whether you want it or not, they are destroyed. So it is not in your hand. Further he said, even if you want or you don't want, I will make you do it. So behind that there is a force which is governing everything, which is beyond your own mental state of doing things. So coming to your question about Arjun, really, whether he have, mastered all this. No, he don't need to master every step. He have mastered that relationship with Bhagavan himself. And that is the most important thing, to be in tune with that force which has driven everything. That force which is very often you will not even understand. Why? Because your mind is limited to understand something which is, how can a creation understand the creator? It's very difficult. The creator must be something which is beyond the creation itself. No? That's why Bhagavan said, I'm beyond my creation. Yesterday's verse, you know, he said, the creation is in me, but I'm not in it. Because I'm far most beyond that. For you to understand me, it's very difficult. Because what you will have understanding of me is very limitation understanding of who I am. And that limitation of understanding of who I am will not make you perceived who truly I am. That must transform. And to transform that, which means I should be in tune with His will. Only when I'm tuned with His will, then I can perceive, And also perceive who He is doesn't matter. It's not that what is important, but He bring me because He become dear to me. And if somebody is dear to you, you will like the person to be also the same level as you. That's what Bhagavan does, you see, with Arjun. He's taking Arjun from where he was and raise him. And that's what Bhagavan does with everyone, which is truly, sincerely longing for Him. He takes them from where they are and He raises them so that they can come face to face to Him, get to know Him. He don't want you just to sit on your knees and beg Him for forgiveness continuously. That you do, yes. But what is the most important thing is to remind yourself of your relationship with Him from your side. And that will bring Him to you. Knowing, but it's only through attaining of that grace only. And but He is continuously willing at any moment to pour out that grace upon. He's waiting actually. Imagine how patient He must be, waiting for each one to come to that point of deserving that grace. And yet, how hypocrite is human, to take life for granted, to take everything for granted. Whatever they have in their life, they take it for granted because it's easy come, and they think that life is just that. But life is far more beautiful. And that's what Bhagavan wants to remind. That is only to attain to that grace. That's why you have incarnate. And this is a true happiness. There's no other true happiness than that. And then you realize that every moment of your life you were never alone. He was always by your side. Like in Bhagavad, there's beautiful, in Bhagavad it is, yeah. But there's this beautiful story of Puranjara, no? The city of the 9 gates. The 2 friends who got separated. And then when they met again later on, he said, I was always there. It's just that you could never see me. And Bhagavan is the same thing. He is the one which is the indweller of the soul itself, He's seated deep within. And He observes. When would you call me? Yesterday, they were saying all these saints, they call. They pour out their heart and call for Him. That's why He comes. Question?
Jai Gurudev, Guruji. Inside Telegram, there's the potential to receive a photo and a quote from you each day. And I have a question about a quote that was recently sent.
Yes, please. I don't know anything about it, but I have to subscribe myself to the Telegram.
Okay, and the quote is, when we have a larger goal in life, then everything becomes a stepping stone for us to this achievement. Both hell and heaven work for us, once we are clear what we long for. So the question is, what is meant by that heaven and hell work for us? And how
you see, that what it meant here, if you're clear into your goal, no matter how difficult it is to achieve, everything will turn your way so that you achieve that. Nothing can really pull you down. Nothing can discourage you. Nothing can put brake to you. You have that, that urge, that willingness, to move forward. But that depends on how clear you are and how willing you want to achieve that state or to achieve what you want to achieve, whether it is in the spiritual path or into the material path, with big determination. And on that path, there will be lots of tests. There will be lots of fall, you understand? But this is a problem. But many people, you see, they have clear goals, they have clear ideas, they have wonderful ideas. But why not all ideas get manifested? Not all ideas get, how to say, realized. Because the first step itself to make, they have a certain expectation. And when that expectation is not what they want, because everybody, when they start to walk towards their aim, they have great expectation. It have to be like this, like that, like that. You know, they have built up such a fantasy of beauties, you know. But then the great painter come and paint it over. Said, no, it's not like that. But very often people get discouraged and drop back. Then they start doubting their own ideas. In place of keep moving forward, if you notice something in many life of all who have achieved great thing in this world, they were never discouraged by any calamities or something that come into the way. No, they stood through it and they keep moving forward. I always tell the story of Mr. Honda, no? I don't know, Honda, Toyota, whatever. No, it was Honda. When he started with nothing. First, when he was studying, he made the first engine, and people were wondering how would that work, you know. He did it in the college itself, and then he got how do you call it when somebody ordered something? Yeah, an order from Toyota to make an engine. So he make an engine to be put on a bicycle. But it was not appreciated too much. So he was ridiculized a lot. But in spite of dropping down, no, he kept working upon bettering himself. And that is, in longer time, he made the first motorbike, you know. And from motorbike, he made vehicles and so on. But at the beginning, it was very terrible. At the beginning, he was ridiculized by all his people around him. Everybody discouraged him, said, no, you will never achieve anything by doing that. Because you see, whenever you are moving towards, you having great ideas, most of the time what the people does, they go to other people to get the idea, to get the acknowledgement of people around them. Is that idea good or not? This is a mistake that everybody do. Because each person will give according to their own unwillingness of doing something. They will never give you something for you to achieve. They will always discourage you. So like that also he was discouraged many times, telling that his ideas is wrong and he will not achieve anything. But he never listened to them. Like it is said, if a bumblebee starts listening to what scientists have to say, they will stop flying. But thanks, bumblebees don't understand. Because science have discovered that the wings of a bumblebee is so small that it is impossible for the bumblebee to fly. But thanks, they don't understand human language. You know, if they would have understand human language, they would have already stopped flying. No. So, this is the thing. He was never discouraged. He was always say, okay, I can try. Then there was war. First World War, Second World War, I can't remember. It was war, and when that happened, the place where he was working, his factory, the small factory which he built, was destroyed completely. That didn't discourage him. He collected all the ammunition, all the metal that he could find. He started building again. Then there was a big fire that broke. Everything was burned. Even that didn't discourage him. He asked for help from everybody. He wrote to so many companies, other people around to help him. Only one person came to his help. But that didn't discourage him. He kept moving forward, even in spite of that. Now his company have more than maybe 350,000 people working. You see, that is when you are clear about your aim, what you want to achieve. And you do everything from your side. You do everything from what is in your strength. At the same time, when you are doing it from your side, the heaven and hell, everything will be working with you. Heaven and hell is a very metaphoric. It's not like what you understand as heaven and hell. So all the law of nature itself will back with you so that you can move forward into your life. That's what it means. Jai Gurudev.